Hi, right, this is Sam Oakley from Experiences.com. We have just got our very own C&J, which stands for Customer and Journalist version of the Xperia X1 in. This isn't the final model, but it is, I think, the closest thing that there's going to be until next week when the final model actually ends up in shops. So, just a quick tour of the device. If we look on this side, we've got the camera button there. Just there you go, camera button. Volume switches up and down. We've got the power switch, the 3.5mm headphone jack, and the stylus which is in there. Take it down this side, mini USB, and that is that. The back of the camera shows you the 3.2 megapixel camera and the LED for lighting. I just switched this one on. I've been playing with this for a couple of hours now, so managed to get a couple of things going. As you see, this is your sort of standard desktop. It's one of 9 that you can have on the panels, the panels interface. If I press this button here, it switches onto the panels. I can change the orientation of that by switching it around there. I can use the touchscreen to drag and drop. If I go back to the end, it will select that one, drop it back up. It just takes a little while to load there, but that's now checking through all my emails, RSS feeds, etc. If I go back to the panels, I can again go right the way back through it, and end up back at the 9 panel interface. If I just swap onto here, this is the default desktop, the Sony Ericsson desktop. As you can see, I've already set up Skype on this particular device. It's pretty quick. It's not hugely quick, but I have to say, I was certainly reasonably impressed. Here we go. I'll just send Matt Davis from Tracy and Matt a quick Skype message. The keyboard's not that difficult to type on. It's a little bit difficult to get going on, but certainly find that once you start, it took me about, I'd say, a quarter of an hour, something like that, to get used to it. Just tap that. That's gone. You can see since the last model, the speed of the screen has the swap between the various active desktops, that has speeded up quite considerably. If I just go through the camera, just hit that to load it up. Now I don't know whether you can see this. I don't know whether it'll work because it's kind of screen to screen. But if I show you there, I can choose where the focus is. And you see if it goes green there, that will use the touch focus on that one. If I swap it to over there, there you go. You can see the boxes at the front are now a bit blurred, and the bar at the back is a bit sharper. So you can swap that to the video camera, which doesn't take the touch focus, but as you can see, the screen refreshes quite quickly when you flick it over like that. I mean, certainly quicker than my current phone, or my old phone, which was the Vario 3, which I think was an HTC Kaiser, I think. Okay, so that's that. Drop back, and what else is there to show you? This is the panels. I can drop straight onto the Google panel, which is probably the best one for showing you the screen change. Like I said, goes to widescreen pretty quickly. Google Maps application is pretty cool because the A GPS on it will use my internet connection to tell me roughly where I am. It's just doing that now. If I just, there we go. Naught to go to my location. I can zoom in and say that is about 200 meters out. I'm actually there. I'll just use the stylus. As you can see, the dot tells me that I'm here. My office is actually about here, so that isn't bad considering that I'm not even using the GPS. Obviously I'm inside at the moment, so I can't get a GPS signal, but it is useful, say, for when you're using the services like Kite, which are location specific. This version of the phone comes preloaded with SPB mobile desktop, which I think, the SPB shell, which seems to load pretty quickly and is pretty much as you'd expect. Just quit that. The other thing that's of note, obviously the radio player won't work because I haven't got my headphones plugged in, but you don't need a full hands-free kit to make the radio work. Normal headphones will do, and I have listened to it, and it is quite, it is of good quality. Swap back and drop onto this. This is the standard T-Mobile media application. But when I say T-Mobile, of course, I mean Sony Ericsson. If I just drop this across here, for example, I know it comes preloaded with a bond with the trailer for Quantum of Solace. So I just swap this round. The quality is really quite astounding. That is probably the first thing you notice about the phone, I would say, is the quality of the screen is certainly, a huge step up from anything I've seen before. And my wife is calling me. Hang on. Okay, so this is the other application that it comes preloaded with, which is a slideshow. The reason why this is good is that I've taken two photos here, one with obviously you can see the touch focus on here, and the other with it here. I'm going to upload both these photos to the website anyway, so you can see the difference. It really is actually quite marked. Head back to the panels. That is pretty much it. If anybody has anything they'd like me to demonstrate on the phone, do leave it as a comment and I'll whack it up as soon as I can. I've got this now, I think, for a couple of weeks, so I'm certainly going to put it through its paces a bit more. Just one last thing before I finish. This is the goldfish application, which if you just watch there, if you touch the screen, they kind of mosey on over to wherever you're touching. And whilst it is pretty, it also has some kind of practical use, because when I have an email, this guy here goes a different colour. This guy, if I tap him, he runs away. There you go. He goes a different colour. If I've missed a call, this guy goes a different colour. And if something else has happened, I can't remember, but that guy goes. So yes, that is that. That is the latest version, not the final version, but nearly the final version of the Sony Ericsson Xperia X1. Do come back and do leave any questions you've got in the comments, and I'll try and do whatever I can. Cheers, bye.